Friends, welcome to Time with Thebsian. Today's episode is on recalls of medical devices in India. Recalls of medical devices means when a medical device fails to perform or fails to provide the intended service to the patient. It is notified to the medical authorities by the surgeon or the physician, and then the government informs the company about the malfunctioning of the device, and the company studies the defect and the report, and if it is true, it recalls the device from the market as well as from all the institutions where it is being stored for use. So literally this is what is meant by recall of a medical device. In the next episode, I will give you some real examples that had come in newspapers regarding the recalls or malfunctioning of the medical devices in India. Today, I would like to educate the citizens of India about the present status of medical devices and the reports of their malfunctioning in the patients. Malfunctioning means the devices do not provide or perform according to the promises by the manufacturers and recommended by the physician or the surgeon. In India, the medical devices are regulated as or regulated under drugs and by the Drug Controller of India. Our earlier act is established in 1940, the Drugs and Cosmetics Act. Then the Medical Device Act was revised in 2017 and further revised on 2018. The prices of the medical devices are regulated by the National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority of India, which is established for pricing of drugs. They also control the prices of medical devices in India. Our problem is we have published only some 23 medical devices as regulated, but there are about 2 lakhs different medical devices available in the Indian market. So the Drug Controller of India can regulate only published 23 numbers of medical device. This is a big lacuna in the management of sale of medical devices. Another important point is that there is no public place or public website or public authority to complain regarding the malfunctioning of a medical device by a patient or a customer or a physician to whom the customer or the patient is complaining regarding the malfunctioning of a medical device. Public who are using these medical devices are actually customers, and when they face a problem, they can turn to only the government, because government is the custodian for all kinds of customers, and the medical device does not have any specific place to register complaints on malfunctioning of the device or getting a compensation. Now, I will tell you about an organization called the International Consortium for International Journalists. It is also known as National Journalist. It is also known as ICIJI. This organization did a study on the recall of medical devices throughout the world. Our Indian newspaper, namely the Indian Express, joined hands with the ICJI in their study about the recalls of medical devices in India. And the findings were very much disturbing. They covered almost all important medical devices like stents, heart valves, hip joints, pacemakers, and so many medical devices, even outside the 23 numbers of medical devices that were declared regulated in Indian industry. To summarize what the study revealed, US had about 27,000 recalls. Canada had more than 8,300 recalls. India, where more than 1 billion people are using medical devices, has only 14 recalls. 14 recalls. But in this numbers, I find another information, because US has got a large number of recalls reported. That means US citizens are more informed regarding the use and functioning of medical devices. Canada has got less number, and there the citizens are less informed. In India, the citizens can be considered as a big lot of people who does not know about the use of medical devices and the problems that can arise from the use of medical devices. This 14 numbers of recalls in India is so small when we have to consider that the medical device industry of India amounts to about a big amount of $2 billion. To make it simpler, I will say, if you can look at the number of people who use dental filling material, dental braces to replace broken teeth, broken jaw bones, or attend dental clinics, does not know that in their service, the dental surgeon is using so many foreign materials, and they are called medical devices. The surprising thing is that dental technicians or even the junior doctors with MD in dental practice know about various devices that is used in dentistry, but they do not know the technical name that they are called medical devices. I do not know about the senior doctors, but when I go to a dental clinic, usually senior doctors will be there managing 2-3 junior doctors in their clinic, supervising them. When one junior doctor was attending me, I asked them, what is a medical device? She said she do not know. When I told her the braces that she is using on her teeth are called medical devices, she just showed her ignorance and I stopped talking. The total number of recalls shows that many medical devices are recommended by the physician or the surgeons, and once they are recommended, the innocent citizens use them and becomes either test subjects or subjects for getting more problems other than the current problem for which they approach the surgeon. CIJ told that the advice of doctors leave people maimed or suffering from different toxic reactions like allergy, inflammation, chronic pain, leading to replacement of the implanted devices with a new device. The main purpose or main reason why this is happening is low quality metals or plastics with which the implants are made. If we look back to the last 10 years, you can see that about 83,000 people died and about 1.7 lakh people were injured or suffered damage from the use of various medical devices. This is a large number. Why this is a large number? Because each medical device should pass a battery of testing to ascertain the safety and toxicity of the device. Then why this is happening? That means some spurious activity is going on. That is one reason. Second reason is the government does not have an apparatus to keep an eye on this. Third, the kickback money that is available in the large market of medical device industry in India. I wrote to the Trivandrum drug controller how many inspections were made by you during the last year. I am not mentioning the year. Then I received a reply saying that we conducted many inspections as routine and we did not register any complaint. Then I sent him a report that came in Indian Express that the drug controller made an inspection and recovered some spurious medical devices from a shop. Then the reply came, "We overlooked while answering your right to information question." So this is our situation. If this situation is not improving, not only the medical device industry or any health industry will suffer. Not the industry will suffer, the citizens will suffer. Industry will flourish. The account of surgeries or operations or procedures to remove the faulty implants amounted to a larger number, which is more than many lakhs, because there is no way to receive complaints or no way to keep calculation of these defaults. As I said earlier, the main problem is there is no center to report the defects of implants or complaints about the medical device that is malfunctioning. The clear-cut example is that the hip implants made by Messrs. Johnson and Johnson was recalled during the last 4 years, not only in India, throughout the world. But still we are not decided how much to pay as compensation to the Indian customers of these artificial hip joints. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has formed a committee to decide. I hope something will turn out of this committee as a final procedure for all kinds of compensations arising from faulty medical devices in India. So friends, you know that an institute in Trivandrum, that is the Sri Chitrathirunal Institute for Medical Sciences and Technology, was formed in 1975. That is the only institute of national importance in India capable of testing and certifying medical devices for safety and toxicity. But after so many years, the testing facility for medical devices have not increased in India. Why? I believe that the medical device industry, which is making enormous profit by selling lakhs and lakhs of medical devices in India, which is not having an efficient system for regulating medical devices. So the industries together, they will make sure that the government is not establishing a testing and managing center for medical devices, so that they can smooth very safe and smooth in the Indian panorama. Dear friends, in the next episode I will give you some examples of complaints about the medical devices registered or reported by Indian newspapers, and some cases of arguments in the civil courts of Kerala, because there is no rule for medical device compensation. Only since we buy our medical devices, we become customers, and so we have to go to the customer care court for getting compensation. At least we have that much facility, but people who do not know about this facility will not fight for their compensation. Thank you very much for listening to this episode. Remember, if you are going to be advised to buy and use a medical device, please make sure to go to the internet, find out the companies who sell in India or Kerala, find out what type of devices and what different kind of devices they have, buy from a good company, irrespective of the price, use a good device, buy a receipt, have sealed copies of the device and a certificate of the surgeon, and make sure that you give your consent form and keep a copy of the consent form with you. Otherwise, our complaints against a malfunctioning device will become invalid. Thank you, friends. See you next Friday.